This is the season for graduations, weddings, reunions, family parties, all things that are supposed to make us feel happy, but sometimes they make us feel so busy, it just gets overwhelming.
And then we can't appreciate those good times, those happy times. So we had to bring in Studio 5 relationship coach Matt Townsend for a little specific help in finding the joy in all of that busy. This is a problem.
Busy bites.
Now,
Two favorite words.
The downloadable quote.
Put that in your journal, ladies.
There's a bumper stick right there.
Busy bites. But see, and it's you'll see as we go through these, they're all different busy. Everyone's busy, and the busy just is stinking. It's sucking the life out of people.
Okay, we got three women. You're going to analyze and help these women find out how they can find some of the joy
help you.
in the busy. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, first up, typical situations you can relate to. Studio 5 contributor Carrie Stevenson, who just inspired us last week with some creative organizing ideas. She's married, 3 kids, 6, 4, and 4 months. Biggest demands on her time, staying up on the kids' homework, running to dance or gymnastics class, just taking care of all the household chores, cooking, shopping, cleaning. One of her biggest challenges is strengthening family relationships. Her family loves celebration. She even said, I'm always trying to do things for other people. We want to see the cousins and visit the grandparents and build those relationships. I'm glad we do it. It's just real busy. So Matt, how can she find the joy in the busy?
Well, she could move and leave her family. But one of the things, too, she has a brand new baby. And this brand new baby she had a little older family and a brand new baby. And now she's been living her life by about 30-minute intervals, because that's about how much time this baby takes before it needs something else. So one of the things we talked about is one of the things she knows she needs to do is plan. She already knows she's going to have 15 family parties this month. She already knows she's going to have all these other activities. And so one of the things we decided is, what if you were actually preparing for them, and instead of planning your life by a 30-minute interval, what if you were planning it by the month? What if you actually got a lot of the big things you know are going to come up? They don't have time to go to a date night, for example, even though I offer them. They don't have time to go to them, but they already know they need date time together. So why don't they get the date time on the schedule? Because Carrie's the kind of woman that once it's on the schedule, she'll do a better job of getting it in there. So instead of trying to plan your day minute by minute, hour by hour, just at least get your most important things in. The big family parties, the shopping for the big family parties, and then maybe the dates with your partner, so they're at least on the calendar.
All right, next up, senior producer here at Studio 5, Stephanie Bryson. She's married. She has 5 kids. The demands on her time are work and household chores and trying to be present with her family when she can. Steph says even when she's not here at work, she's mentally busy. She's always trying to come up with the creative ideas for the show or trying to flesh out those ideas. Steph said, I want to be present, but my mind is so full of details and I'm trying to be creative for work responsibilities. I have a hard time making that shift so my family has a sane, happy, and open mom. What can moms like Stephanie do?
Now, Steph, because she's so creative, her brain is spent. So her exhaustion is more mental than even physical. She probably has the energy, but mentally she doesn't have it. That's why she keeps using the word present. She wants to be present. She wants to be present. And one of the keys is to being present is you actually have to be aware when you're not. See, when we're not present, we end up focusing usually on our past or our future. So as a producer, think of that. She's only as good as her last gig. She's only as good as the last show. Then she immediately starts worrying about tomorrow. So we end up losing our family because we're either worried that the last one didn't go well or we're obsessed with the future one not going well. And she misses being present. That's why she kept bringing that up. So one of the keys is notice when you're frustrated, notice when you're stressed, notice when you're disconnected, and zoom in on that moment. So when you feel like you're losing it, there is actual peace, and you'll be re-energized if she could be present. When I was talking to her on the phone, the neatest thing, she says, I just love being with my family. I love it. We were talking about today. This was 2 days ago. But and then she just noticed that she was holding her daughter and playing with her daughter's hair. And she says, like, right now, when I'm just sitting here holding my baby and playing with her hair, it makes me feel present. So being present is zooming in on that moment. Even though she's trying to figure out the future, she felt joy and peace re-energized by zooming in the moment.
So do you find half of being present, I like that word, present for moms, is their own mind, is their own mindset?
Number one key.
Because they're there.
Yeah. Your body's there, but how many times is our head not there? So you've got to figure out how to get your mind wrapped around it. Even if your mind is wrapped around what you're doing, you actually don't feel as stressed.
Gotcha.
It's when you're worried about what's still coming up that we feel stressed. So the minute you feel the stress, notice it, and then literally think, oh my heck, I'm feeling stressed, I need to get present. And then clear out some stuff and focus on the moment.
Start playing with some hair.
And when you're at home, play with your kids and connect to your kids, because that's what will bring you peace.
Okay, one more. Finally, someone who's related to the Studio 5 team by marriage only. This is my wife, wife, Christy. I call her Mona.
Poor Christy.
Yeah, tell me about it. She's married, 4 kids, 3 still at home. She figures she has church, school, and work commitments 7 days a week.
Yeah.
She already feels busy doing the normal stuff, and then the special life events arrive. She likes to be like Martha Stewart, so she runs out of time. Her quote from her, she said, "I have so much to do, I can't sleep. I make a list of the things I have to do, and I don't get them all done. And then I get broadsided by special events that pop up, like a graduation or a baptism, or even just planting the vegetable garden in the spring."
Yes.
What help is there?
Well, you know, she probably needs to look at her marriage.
Yeah, there's the big problem.
Just saying. But the neat thing about Christy is she says yes a lot. In fact, one of the things we came up with is she probably says yes way too much, except to Darren. But she says yes way too much. That was just fun.
Yeah.
But one of the things we want her to do is start saying no. Now, no is not an easy thing for Christy to say.
For a lot of women to say.
Yeah, exactly. Because she wants, this makes her feel fulfilled. But here's one of the keys to no. First of all, you have to practice saying it. Some people are pleasers in a way. They don't want to hurt someone's feelings. They don't know how to say no. So I would actually go practice. I'd maybe sit down, Christy, with Darren and figure out, how can I say no more appropriately? Like, you know what? And another thing is create space to say no. See, I have a kind of a cool gig. When someone calls me and wants me to do something or speak, I say, you know what, let me check with my calendar, let me talk to my people, and then I'll have them get back to you. That creates space for me where I can then go assess it. So she could say, anytime before she says yes, she probably ought to sit there and practice and say, you know what, let me go talk to my family and see if they're okay with me being on this board, and then I'll get back with you. And then I would buy some time so that she can then put what's most important in there and decide.
Great. You're having my wife practice saying no. Even
Well,
more,
and
so.
especially to you, which is half the fun.
Matt, you are great, and you're actually offering this great thing where you'll give it like a consultation with people.
Every time, any day. If you know somebody that's struggling, needs help in their relationship, just call 801-747-2121 or go to matttownsend.com. I'll sit down with you, or one of my coaches will, and we'll put together a plan to help you guys start to grow your relationship.
All right, good
Get
stuff.
help.
That information on our website.
Thanks, kids.
Matt.